On January 6, 2013, this is Advanced Lesson Number 1. Greenbridge friends, Michael here at Bridgehands, and welcome to our new series on advanced lessons. Now, like the Pulling You series, we're going to be discussing hands and play. This time, though, they're going to be shorter lessons, and what we're going to do is we're going to focus for the advanced players in one segment and the emerging players that we call the social players in the other segment. So in this session, we're going to be taking a look at competition for some time. The first one here, we're going to take a look at free bids. Okay, so what are some of the things we need to think about? Well, in competition, we have a situation where one or both of the opponents are bidding. We're not sure if we have 25 or more points to make our game. Now, when we're in the pass-out seat, that is, where if we don't bid, the auction closes, we may want to consider borrowing a king from our partner, 3 points or so, to keep the auction alive. But we should consider things such as, what is the shape? Are the intermediate honors, are they onsides or offside? Do we have some wasted values in our opponent's suits? Versus having shortness in the opponent's suit and extra length, maybe a two-suited hands, that provide us some extras. Are some of the honors onsides or offsides vis-a-vis the opponent's bidding, and so on? Now, typically, when we're in a competitive auction, we like to push the opponents beyond the 2 level, and if we have really big shape, beyond the 4 level. And the saying goes, the 3 level and the 5 level oftentimes belongs to the opponents. If we can push them to 3 in a suit higher than ours, maybe they'll go down 1. Maybe they'll set us by 1, but if we're not vulnerable, oh well, not so bad. So there are those things to consider. So when we're in the direct seat, and we make a bid that we didn't have to, generally most of us play as that's a free bid. A free bid should have some extras to show that we do have some interest in game. Yes, there are other things that you may be aware of, such as maximal doubles, which we may discuss at another point in time. But the main thing is, know your partner. Does your partner understand when you're making a free bid you have extras? When your partner is in the pass-out seat and makes a bid, do you realize they might be borrowing a king from you? And if you make another bid, you may punish your partner. What do they say? No good deed ever goes unpunished? No, seriously. When we have an opportunity in the balancing seat to keep the auction alive, where we have enough to kind of get them to the 3 level or get them to overbid us, we want to do that in these mano-a-mano kind of hand-to-hand combat with the opponents. So know your partner, know yourself, and know what the opponents are doing. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so on our first hand, you're going to be north, I'll be south, and be looking at your hand. Be ready when it's your turn to bid. Okay, here I go. I have a 5-4-3-1 shape. Queen, 10, 5 times in spades. 2 points, maybe 1 distribution. Queen, 10, 9, 8 in diamonds. Nice suit. There's another 2 points. Ace, king, 3 times in clubs. There's another 7 and a singleton heart. With 11 points and a singleton, especially with the spade, my spade suit is reasonable. I'm going to open 1 spade. Okay, your bid will be coming up in a moment. We're over to the west hand, and it's a 5-4-2-2 shape. They have 14 points. Ace, jack, 10, 5 times in hearts. King, jack, 4 times in spade suit. They like that, having the king, jack 4 times in spades behind me with the spade bidder in the south. King doubleton in diamonds and a queen doubleton in clubs with 14 points and 5 hearts. They will bid 2 hearts, and it's your bid. Go right ahead. $13, $14, $15. Well, if you took more time than that and you weren't still wondering, or were still wondering what you were going to bid, we've got a little problem, because we don't want to take more than about 10 to 15 seconds to bid, or the opponents know something's up. We've hesitated in the north hand. They may call the director, say this person's hesitated. So you don't want to be caught in the proverbial situation with your pants not quite around your waist, right? You want to be ready when it's your turn to bid. Now, your options are, you could pass, you could bid 2 spades with ace doubleton, you could bid 2 no trump with king, queen 3 times. You do have 10 points. Or you could make a negative double. You have 4-4 in the other suits. But look at those cards. They're terrible in the minors, aren't they? 4 babies and jack fourth in the other. Do you really want to get to 3 level with that? So let's say you didn't know what to do and you passed. We'll come back to better bids. Okay, over to the east hand. It's a 4-4-3-2, 4-4 in the rounded suits, ace jack 3 times in diamonds, and 2 spades. Well, you want to play the law of total tricks to bid up to the level of the number of your tricks. We'll come to that later. At this time you might pass, though. You don't see much of a chance for a game with just ace jack and a side suit. Okay, over now to the south hand. Well, it's 1 spade, 2 hearts. Your partner took some extra time. That's not good. You would do probably a reopening double. You want to compete. So, yeah, you've singleton heart. Maybe your partner will leave it in. Maybe they've got a lot of hearts. You don't know what's going on. But you want to borrow a king from your partner. And so that does give you enough points to make a bid. Hopefully your partner won't punish you, right? Okay, reopening double in the pass-out seat. A pass by west. Now it's you and north, and you are back in the hot seat again. What is it this time? 3 diamonds, 3 clubs, 2 no trump, 2 spades. Well, this north bids 2 spades. We're going to look at this differently. Don't worry about it. I know it's probably not your favorite auction. It's not mine. But anyway, they're playing in 2 spades in the south. And the opening lead is now over by the west hand. What do you want to lead over in the west hand? Leading away from your unprotected ace of hearts, queen doubleton of clubs, king doubleton of diamonds, or one of the trump suits, spades. Well, if you said anything other than spades, you're a winner. But it's not that easy to follow, is it? A lot of people would want to lead spades. I might consider leading spades myself. So really, though, when they're stopping at 2 spades, you've got 14 points. There's points elsewhere. They're not inviting the game. So your partner's probably got about 5-6 points themselves. So where might it be? Well, if they've got an ace in one of the minors, then you maybe have a chance to get a ruff if you pick the diamond suit. So I don't like leading away from king doubletons, but desperate times, desperate measures. So if you're going to lead anything other than the spade suit, the loser, anything else is going to work. I don't recommend leading away from an unprotected ace, though. So let's say it's the king of diamonds. King of diamonds, a low, and your partner plays a jack, encouragement. South, you played the 10. Good on you if you did that. Might as well make a false card. Don't play the 8. Play the 10. Maybe they'll think that you're short. Okay, so yes, you'll come back with a second one, obviously, to your partner's ace. And they will think, oh, I see 4 in the dummy. I'm going to give my partner a ruff. I know they've got 5 hearts. So you'll go ahead and play a diamond. And it is ruffed by your partner in the west. West, you're back in the lead again. This time, I suppose the club. I don't know. I still don't like leading away from the unpredicted ace of hearts, especially now that you see king, queen 3 times that make it roughed right away. So, okay, we'll go ahead and play a club. And it goes to South's ace. All right. So we've got 7 trumps, right? 5 and 2. They could bend 3 and 3. They could be 4 and 2, but somebody's roughed one already, right? So there's one you don't have to worry about. So at any rate, with them with 5 trumps left, let's see what happens. We play a spade up to the ace and a spade back to the 10, trying for the finesse, and it doesn't work to the jack, unfortunately, so they've still got the outstanding king. And they play the ace of hearts at this time. Now that there's no entries in the dummy, right, that spade entry is out, so go ahead and play it. And obviously you're not going to play more hearts, it'll get pitches. So you can go ahead and play your club. They win it with the king. And they play a spade to your king, and you have to, at this point, you're kind of end played with the hearts, so you play a heart, and they win it with the queen. The king by the north hand, you can pitch the diamond, which is a winner anyway, and you can see that you've got the remaining 2. So you've made 7 tricks, you're down 1. I think it was fine to go ahead and open 1 spade with this holding, queen 10 5 times, 11 points, and a singleton. Fairly standard for competitive duplicate players. And certainly too hard overcall. It's hard to be ready in time with a hand like this in the north, right? Your partner's open, you've got 10, you've got spread honors, probably 2 no trumps a better bid. We're going to come back to that. After it did go 2 spades over here in the south, when it went around over here to the east, now they were in the balancing seat. And if they're non-vulnerable, I would say go 3 hearts. Your partner's got 5, you've got 4, you've got an outside ace, jack. You want to compete, right? And hopefully they'll go 3 spades or something. But if you're vulnerable and they double you, then that might not be good, right? Vulnerable and doubled for 200 is not good in duplicate. Okay, well, it was a challenging hand. We're going to try more variations of it, so let's go on to hand number 2.